Hmm. So last year, they had the Golden Gloves. They did like a Nationals, but Nationals, I don't know. Last year was weird because it was usually the progression. You usually go into it's the first round of matches, like tournament based and whatever. Whoever wins that goes to regional. Then from regional, you go to nationals. They had something different. They were trying to do something because obviously COVID and whatever. So cool part is though, I got this swanky medal. It's regional champion. Take control of your life, dare to dream, and take risks. Compete, which is pretty cool. Um, the one thing though, really, I feel because I last year actually went a lot better because this match was close to the end. This was very end, the last of 2021, so it was at the end of the year. But there was like a bunch of matches within the year. I actually had a lot more fights than I thought I was gonna get, for sure. So it was cool. I'm happy I got more fights because I there's been like a decline. I want to say in at least in boxing, not too many people come out, not too many people fighting. So last year I didn't know, especially with 2020 COVID, wasn't sure. Couldn't fight at all. Wasn't sure how 2021 was gonna go. Went a lot better than I thought it was going to go. But I learned a lot. I almost fight. I think I had 8 fights. I want to say I had 8 fights. I know I lost one, but I want to say I had 8 fights in total last year. Um, and I lost one of them, which that one was arguably not to sound salty or whatever, because in my head I felt like I won that fight. Obviously, there were some questionable things that was happening. Honestly, I don't want to sound like I'm salty or whatever. I'm just gonna say I lost. I learned a lot, and I adjusted well in the next fight after that, and I adjusted well in the first fight I had in 2022. So, one would say with that one was close. I feel like there's a lot of things I could have done differently, a lot of things I could have done better, but I still feel like I can improve, I can get better. So I'm not like, oh yeah, I won, I beat this guy, I'm so good, or I lost this guy, I suck. It's every fight, whether a win or lose, I feel like it's a learning experience there, and figure out what to do to make better. So like I said, I don't want to go into it much because I don't want to sound like I'm being salty, and I feel like I'll be focusing more so on the stuff that I'm salty about, and not just go in there and figure out what I need to do better or different and win. Figure out what I need to do to win. So just gonna leave it at that. But it was an eventful year. I'm looking forward to this year, to more fights this year. Hopefully, there was an event like actually this past weekend. There was an event. Couldn't find an opponent. Um, I doubt the next event I'm gonna even get one. So it's back to that sad finding opponents. People come out to actually fight. Like I said, last year was a good run. Went a lot better than I expected. See how this year goes. But for the most part, it's a couple of events I really want to go to, progress through. So see how those go, and see how the year plays out. But like I said, learned a lot. Last year went a lot better than I expected, and keep pushing. I think my thing, mainly because I'm heavyweight, super heavyweight technically, but I think the main thing in my weight division, because a lot of people in the lower weight classes they'll get people to come out, but I feel like the biggest thing in my weight division, I feel like, is that people, it's so much of a fear of failure. It's so much of a I don't want to lose. If I lose, I'll look bad. But I'm like, it's amateurs. Like, because what I'm doing is amateur boxing. It's not even pros. No one's. I'm not getting paid. This is me going out doing something that I enjoy doing. Hopefully, that's what you thought. You think someone's going to be out there and doing. But I'm like, if you're going to lose at all in boxing, you want to do it in amateurs. Because no one cares about your record in amateurs. No one cares. You're doing, and no one's going to judge you. So someone wants to sit there and judge you for not going in the ring and not going in for going in the ring and fighting. Even if you lose, it's like you got up and you gloved up and you went up against another guy. If someone has any kind of criticism or judgment on that, let them go in there. How about they go in the ring and show you how it's done? If they're not going to do that at all, nothing they say really matters. So, go in there, learn. The refs, for the most part, are going to try to make sure you don't get hurt. If anything, even if you feel like a ref is like rooting or pulling for somebody else, the one thing the ref typically, I'm not saying that there's no ref. I haven't seen every ref, so I wouldn't be surprised when I had a story about a ref that was being an asshole. But for the most part, the ref's job is there to make sure that neither one of the competitors get hurt. Because if someone gets seriously hurt, that's going to shut down that competition. Whoever is running it, whoever's sponsoring it, is going to It's going to negatively affect things for them. So nobody wants anybody to get out hurt or seriously injured. So the refs are going to do their job to do that. But like I said, I feel like more people need to come out. They need to put in the work and then just come out and compete. You know, everybody's looking for to get like I got a groove, I got a style. My style beats this style, and everyone tries to pick and choose fights, and it's just go and fight, because the guys back in the day they weren't doing that. They just fought. They were fighting like every other week at least. Sometimes every week. They just went and fight. They just enjoyed fighting because it was cool, and also I felt like part of the camaraderie as well as if you're in an area, even if it's different gyms, it's like, well, this guy goes to gym, this guy goes to that gym, but these guys are competing, and it's like, oh yeah, I've sparred with that guy. Oh, he won. We did work and whatever, and it's just kind of cool seeing a guy from your area make it out or make it or win. Because you're just like, oh, I work with this guy, and if he can do it, and I've worked with him, maybe I can do it. And it's just that's probably an entire conversation in itself of how it becomes a lot of picking and choosing. It becomes a lot of, who has your back, who's going to help you push this, the fight, who pick and choose what fighters you have. So people aren't being fighters. They're just trying to be like, well, I think my style could beat this guy, so I want to fight this guy, and I don't know if I beat this guy, so I'm trying to avoid him. It's just like, go in there and just whoop ass, man. Just go in there. Don't try to limit yourself to just one particular way. Learn multiple stuff. Just how to deal with multiple things. Don't be like, if the guy does this, then I'll do that. And then the problem is they don't do that, then they're screwed. Like, because they're trying to figure out what, it's just in the ring is the wrong time to try to figure that stuff out. So you want to spar as much, you want to work as much as you possibly can. You want to gain as much information you can before you actually get into the ring, and then you can just perform. So I don't want to round that too much. It's just take control of your life and dare to dream and take risks. Compete. Simple as that. You put in the work, you're gonna whatever you put in, that's what you're gonna get out. A lot of people don't want to put in stuff, and it's nothing I don't want to talk down or bad about them. It's just I would like it more if people would come out and compete, and just I don't want to be like, oh, you're lazy. I don't want to say that at all, because I understand you're going in there in the ring with a guy who's trying to hurt you. They want to punch you as hard as they possibly can. I get it. I just feel like it'd be nice if there was, like I said, more camaraderie, more of just like, especially in like areas like, let's compete, let's spar, and legitimate spar, not just beating on somebody, but actually working on different things, both people improving and, getting better, and then going out. Because it's cool. It's like, well, these guys from this state or these guys from this area, they may be two different gyms, but it's like, oh, these guys are doing well. And like, oh yeah, they work together. And like I said, that's a whole argument in itself. But yeah, man. See how the year goes. Hopefully things will get better. Hopefully things will improve. But there's only one way to find out, and that's to come out and compete.